What a day for India.
Another very good day. If you look at the 9 days of the Test series, they've probably won more. In fact, they've definitely won more sessions than England. They find themselves 1-0 down. That's why they needed this evening, and that's why they need tomorrow, because they've played so much good cricket in 2 Test matches now. They feel that they should go to Lord's 1-1. Excellent with the bat, and then the ball. It's a real worry that their seamers got more out of this pitch with the new ball than England did. That new ball burst from Akash Deep was absolutely wonderful.
They've got more out of the new balls throughout the game, not just this evening. Would you agree with that?
They have, but I think when surfaces do dry up a little bit, the new ball can nip off the sort of cracks or the drier surfaces. That was just an outstanding spell from Akash Deep today, bringing the stumps into play. I think he's slightly shorter than Carson Tongue, so he can bowl a slightly different length to hit the stumps. But yeah, I think India, we have to be honest, India have outbowled England in this Test match and outbatted them, and that's why they're 536 runs ahead with a whole day to go, needing 7 wickets to win the Test match. They've been superb this week, and I must admit, I thought after that day 5 at Headingley, I thought this series could be gone. When you concede that many to lose a Test match when you've controlled the Test match like they did, how do you pick yourself up? And they've done it superbly.
Let's deal with Akash Deep and his record. Lowest new ball bowling average. That's massively impressive.
Incredible. Yeah, he's in some good company there, isn't he? Rabada, Hazelwood. He brings the stumps into play, nips the ball, even with the second new ball yesterday with Harry Brook through the gate and off stump out the ground. So yeah, he's a real threat, and India have to use him wisely again tomorrow. He's bowled wicket-taking balls tonight. Start with him tomorrow while the ball's hard and while the ball's still got a bit of newness to it, and then maybe if he needs a rest until the next new ball comes, that's fine.
Let's play these wickets out of order. Let's start with Joe Root. Can you do anything about that?
No, not really. I mean, you can try and hold your bat a bit straighter, but the reason he's trying to turn it to leg is the angle that he's created wide of the crease, and the late movement is what does for Joe Root there. That is like the delivery that Tongue bowled to KL Rahul earlier in the day, because Tongue has to lean to do that angle. Akash Deep actually jumps very wide, creates an angle, and when you create that angle, you're thinking of going like that on the angle. If it straightens, you're in a whole heap of trouble. The line, the length, it was an absolute jaffa.
Using the crease.
It's crucial. It's a skill and an art that every Test match bowler should have. Every bowler should have, really. I mean, how I used to sort of view it was, if a batter will always line up the same to you, if you can change your release position by a couple of inches at a time, they're not necessarily turning their shoulders or their feet position. So that little movement can be that half bat width distance that can catch the edge or make them miss it and hit the stump. So yeah, I think it's crucial. You should practice that in the nets, and if you're going to play league cricket this weekend, just practice just changing your angles just slightly at the back end of your run. Just go a foot wider, but still imagine you're running in it off stump. And just work with that, because if there's no swing in the air, you suddenly get a different angle that you can work with.
First wicket to go. Crawley, bad shot, and we'll deal with this setup again in a minute.
Is good bowling. Both of Crawley's wickets in both innings are bad batting. Poor batting. I don't understand why he's changed his guard to outside off, and that leads to him playing at deliveries wide outside off stump. It is a new ball pitch. We keep talking about it. He's a new ball bowler, so why wouldn't you just leave it and let the bowler come to you and see off the new ball? I know it's not the England way, right, but on this pitch, see off the new ball to a degree. If it's in your arc, your line, play drives. But he's moved outside off stump, and it's so wide, throwing his hands at it, I think that makes him very vulnerable.
They saw the new ball off in Leeds, though. They made a concerted effort to do it, and that was Leeds.
Yeah.
So you got toe sort of there.
Yeah.
We're trying to come up with reasons why he changed.
I have no idea, because we had him stood here at the cart at the end of Leeds saying, well played, you're lining out beautifully. That's where he normally stands, on middle and off. For some reason, he's decided to go outside off, and what that does, it means that you lose your off stump a bit. You've moved, your off stump doesn't move, so you think that you've got balls outside your off stump that are tight, and they're not. And Stuart will also know as a bowler, if you see batters get on that side, it just makes your channel a little bit wider, so that you can bowl balls now that are a fraction wider, and Crawley, as he has done twice, goes and plays them.
Is that a deliberate thing from Zach Crawley, or could that just be a mistake?
We saw him marking off stump, didn't we? He marked off stump and then he stood outside off stump. You'd hope an England opening batsman will take the right guard. I'd say that's a bare essential. You mark your guard and then you stand on that guard.
Well, if he's done a line there like that on off stump, he's not going to miss his mark like that.
No, he's not.
He's that far outside.
He's made a conscious attempt to stand outside off stump, and when he's played so well in the second innings at Headingley, I don't understand why he would do that, because it's made him vulnerable outside off. But not just that, Wardy. People tinker, whatever we've seen. But on this surface, you need to see off that new ball. Even in this modern era, someone like Zach Crawley has got to he's just seen Shubman Gill and KL Rahul. If you see off that new ball, then it'll get so much easier. He's just let himself down twice in this game.
We should pay homage to what he's done in this Test match with the bat. Double in the first, big 100 in the second. No one's ever done that in the history of the game.
He'll be wondering why he bothered opening the batting for the first bit of his career. When he come in at number 4 and done what he's done, it's outrageous, it's incredible. He's not showing any obvious signs. I mean, I'm a bowler, I'm always looking for little technical things where you could try and expose them. He's not shown any obvious signs of ways of a dismissal. He's played stylishly. He's played with huge responsibility under big pressure in his first 2 Test matches as captain. It's breathtaking, to be honest. He deserves all the plaudits he's going to get, and you know, the future of Indian cricket, the future of Indian batting looks very bright.
6 runs and over, doable quickly. That's the run rate, 5.96.
6 runs and over, but without taking any risks, please, lads.
Easy. Gentlemen, thanks very much indeed.